league level with the Texas Rangers and St. Louis Cardinals. I ended my career with the San Francisco Giants minor league system, but my life, my career, and really my profession turned into another reminder of just how life doesn't always go as planned, because although being in the spotlight is just something that comes with playing ball, most people know me these days for my personal struggle and personal battle with my mental and emotional health, which eventually and unfortunately led to a suicide attempt in April of 2020. This turned into me wanting to spread a message because I experienced what that feeling is like and hope that no one in the world ever feels that way, which turned into a project with ESPN to make a documentary about that. Again, trying to make it a story of hope, because being in that dark place that I was in, I also got to experience what it's like to be out of that place. And I'm an example of how anyone can experience that, and how things don't always last, no matter how good or bad they are. So I'm pretty passionate about talking about this openly, because I'm a prime example of what's on the outside doesn't always show what's on the inside. Because on the outside, I had everything I had ever wanted. I was living my dream of playing professional baseball. That's all I wanted my whole life. I had a supportive family, I had good friends, I had people around me that cared about me. But for some reason, I still was struggling with something internally that I had no idea how to handle. And that tough it out mentality only could take me so long, only could take me so far. So again, that's why I feel so strongly about talking about these things, because if I can feel it, then anyone can feel it. And it's just another example of how you never know what's going on in someone's mind or someone's body. So you always hear the message of spread kindness, but really think about that for a little bit. How can you do that? Because again, someone right next to you might be showing that they're totally fine, but when they go home, they might really be struggling with depression, anxiety, self-hatred, things that you have no idea about. So I feel strongly about talking about this because, again, I've experienced that as darkly and as deeply as someone could possibly do, because I try to take my own life because of it. And again, I feel like there's the stigma about how talking about these things are a sign of weakness and how I'm maybe quote unquote crazy, but I think something that I feel strongly about, and I'm wearing the shirt right now, is realizing that talking about these things has actually taken more strength and more confidence than I've ever experienced on the field, any kind of workout, any kind of physical act I've ever done. And that's why I feel strongly about telling people about how, therapy is cool, talking about some stuff that's uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable, but at the same time, it sparks growth that you might not realize you need. So talking about these things and finding clarity, finding some connections that might be triggered like subconsciously is something that I realize very often in my therapy work. And again, I think for anyone that's going through sports, going through life, and realizing that there might be troubles and just try to sweep it under the rug, just take time to think about it and really ask yourself what this is maybe showing or what this is leading to. Because I try to sweep things under my rug, and to be honest, I was really good at it for a really long time. I was very good at distracting myself easily. I was good at it, and like I said, it felt like things were okay. It felt like things were fine until they weren't, and I wasn't suicidal until I was, and before you know it, I was completely overwhelmed and not able to think clearly. So with that, I think the other message I really like to talk about is talking about these things and working on your mental health preventatively, so that way you don't have to do a reactive emergency response like I did. So going to therapy, having conversations with your friends, parents, just here and there, it's something that you can add to your lifestyle. It's not something you have to have a complete makeover and become this whole other person and, turn into a little guru or wannabe Buddha or whatever you want to call it. Just add these things into your life that you're already doing. So whatever your hobbies are, whatever is fun to you, just keep doing that, but also take time to reflect on these things and talk about these things, because like I said, at some point it might become so overwhelming that you can't think straight, and it might be a little too late. So please work at it preventatively the same way we work at everything in life preventatively. We try to set ourselves up for the best circumstances in the future for finances, job, friends, retirement, all these things, because it'll make it easier in the future. So please do that with your mental health, because it's something that is very life-changing and at times can become life-threatening. So please take it serious, learn from me, learn from my mistakes, learn from my lessons learned, however you want to look at it. I don't really care. Just please do it, and just start the process and start the journey, because it's a really empowering journey. And it's something that the earlier you start, the more comfortable it is, because at times it feels daunting, but again, at times I've also felt incredibly powered by my journey with my mental health and my therapy and all the work I'm doing for myself to show up in a better place. So please take it serious. Encourage others to take it serious. and hear people out when they're wanting to talk to you, because it might be the tip of the iceberg and something they're really needing. So I thank you for listening to me today. I'm going to pass it over to my boss, the GOAT, Dr. Shane Alexander with the San Francisco Giants.